everybody. Everybody is having a great afternoon. It is gorgeous out here in mid-September in Iowa, but unfortunately, I have some rather crappy news. Um, as I always tell everybody, as I always say to everybody, hey, um, in this game, in this quote-unquote independent journalist world, you are just always blessed if you have a job. Period. So, um, look, I'm just going to be honest with you. Let's start with my Patriot.tv gig. When Patriot.tv took over a year ago, I mean, it was it was a significant pay cut, but at the time, like, I had high hopes that they were going to cut some fat and some right things, etc. That certainly is not the way it has turned out over there. Unfortunately, again, independent media is extremely rough. So earlier this week, I'm just going to let you guys know my pay got cut. Again, this one, quite significant as well, right? So I get that news about Patriot.tv. Now I'm going to say this. I foresaw that coming, and even behind the scenes with them, because listen, I love having a voice. I love being able to talk to people. I had some meetings. There's still some things that I think need to be implemented that we are going to try to implement. For those that don't know, Patriot.tv is also owned by Western Journal. And look, Western Journal doesn't do, I don't think any outlet does perfect journalism, but they're certainly better than most. And the fact that we haven't integrated with them and they're not coming on my show or on the other end posting my stuff and doing stories with some of these interviews is crazy to me. It's crazy to me. So hopefully that's going to get fixed in the short term. We're going to see. And there's so much more that actually needs to happen. I got some good news, though. Before I get to the really bad news. Myself, Derek Bros, Ryan Christian, the last American vagabond, Hervori Morik, who gave me this opportunity at TNT that we're going to talk about in a moment, and quite a few others. Catherine Austin Fitz, James Corbett, we have formed the Independent Media Alliance. And I know Bros has talked about it some. There is a first panel in the works. I don't know, did I mention Whitney Webb? If I didn't mention Whitney Webb, that's a big non-mention. So far from what I've seen, especially in the group chats, she seems to be, a real driving force in this whole thing. So here's the deal. I am just blessed that I'm able to talk to people on all ends of the spectrum. And I'm also blessed in the fact that no one tells me what to do. No one tells me what to say. No one said, hey, you need to report this way. Never. It's just never happened, and it's never going to happen. So, saw that one coming. Why wouldn't that have happened, huh? It's one of those days, folks. It's one of those days. One of those diggity days. Are we upside down? Oh, there, we flipped it. We flipped the script. So, TNT, literally, I think less than 48 hours from when I find out that, my pay has been cut on the one show. They're folding. It's very sad. I really enjoyed my time at Today's News Talk. I think it was under 6 months, just around that marker. And look, again, what a fun show. I got 1 week left. I can't even believe this. All right, so what we're going to do, we're going to take this thing out of the case. We're obviously going to have to get a new stick. Probably going to break my phone. That'll be fun today. That's what I want to do. I want to break my phone. Dude, don't even know what to say. This is the kind of train wreck that we're talking about. So can't use that because I will end up breaking my phone. And that'll be no bueno. Not going to do that. I like how I ended up being upside down right there. So we're just going to do it like this. just to see, guys, you have no idea. You know, I had my niece break my washer and my dryer. I didn't know I'd already replaced the dryer. I didn't realize that she had broken the washer as well. Now I got to replace that. Oh, so here's the deal. Here's the other thing that we're going to be talking about, other than the Independent Media Alliance and upcoming forums and hopefully debates with people that don't necessarily agree with us. Yeah, I know, Flick. You can't make this stuff up. And you know, I didn't break my washer and dryer, obviously. You know, one of my nieces just they didn't want to do their laundry on time, and here's a piece of advice I gave to my niece prior to her breaking it, because she had already overstuffed it. I said there are no shortcuts in life. I'm like, and when you try to take shortcuts, I guess most of the time things take longer, and sometimes they get more expensive. So yeah, so we got all that. So anyway, TNT's got one more week. Very sad. Like, you know, I got to be honest. We talked about it a little bit maybe on one of these walks, but when they fired all the American hosts but me, and they said it was a hiatus, come on, the writing's on the wall, guys. It's just so tough out in the independent media. I mean, who's really making it in the independent media? Jones is a force of nature. You can say what you want about Alex and his perspectives, but I have tremendous respect for that outlet. In fact, they asked me to host the show again this past week, and I could not. If there is a silver lining, if you will, of all this, is that I will be able to host the 4th hour of the Alex Jones Show again, and there's probably a good chance after next week you'll be seeing me there. I hope, you know, a couple times a month, bare minimum, maybe even a little bit more. You know, even that last time that Jones got upset about my McGregor coverage. Hey, isn't Conor McGregor talking about running for president of Ireland? Looks like I was ahead of the game again, huh, folks? Weird. Weird. Let's see if we can dicka do that. Got a little gunk on there. Yeah, there we go. Oh, let's see. What do we got? Oh, what else is new? I don't know what else I got for you today, guys. You know, it's one of those things. I'm not gonna lie. The past month plus have been a little rough on me. I don't think that I've talked about. I certainly haven't talked about it on YouTube. Barely talked about it on my TNT show, but man, it had to be about a month. This past week, one of my best buddies finally answered, and my one friend just kept calling me as I was about to go on air, and then I texted him after the first segment, and he just texted me that my friend had died, and I just lost it. Pulled it together for the show, but you know, in true fashion of my buddy, who's a great guy, I miss him. God, you don't even know. He didn't want to inconvenience anybody. Okay. So his funeral is actually not for another, month and a half. It's at the end of October. But let's see what you got, Flick. What are my thoughts on retaliation, Jason? I like to believe they're waiting until now to know exactly where, BB is? Retaliation. Dude. Listen, man, I hate to tell everybody, but I don't have a lot of high hopes for the situation in Gaza or in Palestine or in Lebanon at all. If you're talking about Netanyahu. Like, you know, let me give you an example, Flick. So, I'm sure you're probably aware of Michael Rivero's work. And Rivero, I used in my film from Iran. Oh, I haven't even seen the strikes. I haven't even seen the strike in Iran. You know, listen, I think they're trying to poke the bear. You saw Putin talking about the satellites, right? I know you saw that. But let's talk about Rivero for a second. So, for those that don't know who Mike Rivero is, he had, I think he still does, whatreallyhappened.com. Very good website. You know, I found that really long time ago. He ends up, the human leader. Yeah, oh, you're talking about, yeah, retaliation for that? Come on. Well, this plays into exactly what I'm going to say with Rivero. So Rivero, he's in my film Fabled Enemies. He's in the Israeli section, etc. I had not heard from Mike in forever. Like, I had no idea what he was up to. He's actually one of those guys that worked on sets down in Hawaii. So, you know, they shoot a ton of movies down in Hawaii, TV shows. He actually, I guess it wouldn't matter now. He used to work on the set of the TV show Lost for a while. A lot of things. So anyway, I hadn't seen, here, come on, buddy. I hadn't seen Mike in God knows how long, probably over a decade. You know, the last time I had heard from him, he was on Jones's show. And they were going back and forth. And they were talking about foreign affairs. And, you know, as they're doing it, you know, Rivero has always been very, very, very heavy on Israel. Hey, come on, buddy. Enough. Anyway, there was a moment where Jones just flips the script on Rivero. They start going at it. And Jones is like, you know, Mike, that's it. I've had enough. And I don't think he's ever been on it again. And this got to be, geez, I don't even know. Maybe 10 years ago. And you know what? It could be less than that. It could be 7, 8. Who knows? So anyway, hadn't seen Rivero. He got booked on my TNT show. So I'm talking to Rivero. And, you know, he's all of a sudden, and surprisingly to me, he's pro-Trump. I'm like, huh. You know, I didn't expect Rivero to be full MAGA train and all this other stuff. But he was kind of reasonable on the Trump train. And he just, you know, so I basically brought up Israel. And I said, look, you know, one of my biggest concerns is that, you know, Trump has allowed, you know, Israel to pretty much do whatever they want. I do have hopes that if he gets in there, maybe he can get some sanity and we can just stop killing everybody. There's some resolution, right? And just point blank, Rivera goes, look, Israel's going to do what Israel's going to do. They're going to do whatever they want. He goes, and quite frankly, we need to try to work towards a better economy and what's going on here, and just come to that realization. Never thought I'd hear him say that. Never thought I'd hear him say that. But there it was. I should pull that out. I don't know what. Man, that was months ago. Who knows? Maybe I'm going to be posting some of those archives over the next couple of weeks. I'm certainly going to be back going live. So that's the next question. Let's get the comments down below. Let's get the thumbs up, everybody. So because the TNT thing is done after next week, so all this stuff is probably going to be happening after next week. And Patriot.tv, I want to believe it's going to survive, but all of a sudden, that's nowhere near financially reliable enough to go. We're going to start doing, I think we're going to do the 3 to 5 videos a day instead of a long format thing, right? You know, so I think that that's the smarter thing to do. Pick 3 to 5 stories, really stick to it. Get up in the morning, try to get some done before I tape, Making Sense of the Madness, and then I get a couple done after I tape Making Sense of the Madness. And I'm going to need to rely on you guys yet again. And this is why I love you guys, because without you, I couldn't do what you do. 24 and 24. Man, that was a young, scrappy lad. I'll tell you what, Flick. There is a possibility we could do that in the sense that maybe I could do 12 to 15 of those live and have another, because I think I had like 5 or 6 last time, tops, that were taped, right? But tape, you know, maybe another 12 of them. Do half live, half not, and do the 24 and 24 thing. A lot of people haven't even been with me that long. They don't know what you're talking about. So we did 24 videos in 24 hours, all either airing live at the top of the hour or premiering at the top of the hour. I think I got like 3 or 4 hours of sleep on that one at night. So yeah, I think it was like 5 or 6 that were not live. I certainly, I I certainly have enough contacts that we could do that. And I want to shout out to my man, Paul, who has been with me over at Patriot.tv since I really got there. He has done such a great job of booking people. Like, I mean, God bless him. Because, look, I don't want it to be stale. I love it when I have people that I can talk to that I know do great work, but I also love talking to people that are unexpected, right? Like when you give me somebody that worked for the CIA for a while and I'm talking to them, I kind of lick my chops a little bit, right? I realize that they're not just going to tell me everything they know, that there's going to be a certain candor and cadence. But I also want to know where these people are at when we're talking about these things. I think it's important. So, me and the smokestack, I think we're going to wrap this one up. We're almost hitting the halfway point. Do a nice little 2-mile walk out here. Kind of gorgeous, right? I mean, this is your own little private Idaho. Big fight card tonight as well. I'm probably just going to be at my house alone cleaning because, now it looks like I'm going to have to get another washing machine. I already got a dryer sitting down there where everything is. Man, it's just, Jesus. So, and actually, right after this, after we end the walk, I'm probably going to go out hunting for a new washing machine. That's going to be fun. I can't wait to do that. Let me tell you, just going to be the best. Oh boy. All right. So once again, guys, good news in the fact that there's an independent media alliance with such all-stars as James Corbett, T-Lav, Bros, Whitney Webb. I'm honored to be a part of it. Catherine Austin Fitz, and a handful of others. I think there's like 12 or 13 of us. And I love the fact we're coming together. Bad news that TNT, which was trying to be that 24/7, 365 global media outlet, is folding after next week. I will be doing my shows next week over there. So you can still catch me over there from 3 to 5 Eastern. And then at 5 Eastern, I'm at Patriot.tv. And I'm trying to think, I know what is going to be airing on Monday on Patriot.tv because I've already done the interviews. And I can't think right now who that interview is, but hopefully it'll be worthwhile. Okay? All right, guys. I love you. Smoke says hello, and we will see you on the flip side.